What is up? 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 What is up, Grocknation? Welcome back. Welcome back to another Grock Plays in the arcade this evening for your viewing and listening pleasure. Tonight we are going to be playing the gothic horror western shooter Hunt Showdown. And not just a normal Hunt Showdown, this is Hunt Showdown 1896. I'm going to play this with volume all the way down. Let's try something different here. But before we get started, guys, again, if you're new to the channel and you like the video, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe if you're into gameplay whispered ASMR, which I know a lot of people are. So with that being said, let's get into this gameplay. So as I stated earlier, this is Hunt Showdown, but this is Crytek's expansion, Hunt Showdown 1896. 6666666. Which is essentially, in my personal opinion, a sequel to Hunt Showdown, the original 2018 game that's been out, well, since 2018. They did it the right way. They seen the shit show maybe that Payday did. Those of us in the gaming industry that don't know what happened or what I'm talking about, Payday 2 came out with a sequel, Payday 3, and essentially it's a whole brand new game. And everyone who's been playing Payday 2 for the last 10 years lost all of their DLC they bought over the years. And essentially, not even really much of an upgrade, just a few new maps, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but Crytek did not do that. Crytek just made an expansion and it's free. The game just became 1896. So that's what we're playing this evening. We were playing with trios in this match. I think I got 3 matches lined up for everybody here. And I will go through what exactly this gameplay is for those of you that don't know what you're watching. Basically, it's like I said before, a gothic horror first-person shooter set in the Gilded Age of America. So right at the turn of the century, right after the American Civil War, the years following, as it's rebuilding itself. This is a fantasy version, obviously. Everybody recruits hunters, you control these hunters that you recruit at the beginning of every mission. You buy them, and they're expendable, they die, and they're permadead. And these hunters basically are like Van Helsing's. They're demon hunters. They have abilities where they can see like clues with using a dark side magic. And basically your hunters are looking for clues throughout the map to find a main bounty boss. And this boss is worth money. So you and either yourself, a duo, or trios like you're watching here are looking for this bounty. You're looking to kill it, banish it, which is basically sending it to hell, I guess, and extracting and collecting the bounty. Now, of course, there are other teams on the map looking to do the exact same thing, and that is where the PvP comes in. Hunt Showdown is an amazing PvP/PvE shooter in that there's more AI than there are players, and you have to take that into account when you're playing this. You watch your shots so you don't get rushed by a pack of zombie dogs, as soon as you take a first shot, or any one of the other AI that's in this game. So yeah, it's very unique, it's very addicting, and it started out as a hardcore shooter, attempting to maybe be like Tarkov, but they dumbed it down quite a bit over the years, and it's quite a bit better. So this game mode I'm playing with random trios. We have no communication except for proximity chat, which I like. It adds a little bit more realism to it. You see me strike a horse that was squealing. Audio cues in this game are top-notch. This game very well might have the best audio of any game I've ever played or encountered. You have to give Crytek credit. The sound is top-notch. 10 out of 10 by far. The graphics are 10 out of 10. The style is 10 out of 10. The gunfighting itself, I would say, is about an 8 out of 10, about as close to a 10 out of 10 as you can get. The RNG is a little bad sometimes, but for the most part, it's crazy good. But yeah, these are randoms, and I really am finding I'm having so much fun playing with random trios this season, or this act, I guess. Those of you that watched my last Hunt Showdown video know that I played this game exclusively for 2 years when it launched. I was one of the first 100 to reach Prestige 100, as I was invited to a Steam group from Crytek, I believe it was. And I did so with a 2.6 KDA as well. So I was really good at the game when I stopped playing. People ask why I stopped, and I only stopped because I was starting to get bored. No new content was coming out at the time. So my teammates are pinging red, which means this boss, which you guys can't see, my camera's in a way, is blinking red when he checks his dark sight. And so we know there's hunters nearby. So we're crouching, trying not to make noise, and I just see one last second, and he almost kills me. I'm gonna pop my vitality shot here, give me that full health, and what's crazy is a female zombie nearly hit me in the back just as I was healing up. She might have killed me. I didn't see her. My teammate goes down up here. I have an armor that's gonna go after me, so I'm gonna shoot a lamp to burn him. There's my teammate, and I see a teammate getting, an enemy player getting picked up at the same time. Shooting that high up was a mistake, as his teammates right there would have been attacking him. So I actually kind of helped him out. But yeah, like I said, the gunplays, like I've never played a game where the gunplays are more intense than this. Or the gunfights, rather. And I think any Hunt Showdown player can attest to that. It's just next level. It's so addicting. So I'm gonna get our teammate up. I notice there's a lamp above that guy's body. So yep, we're gonna shoot it. And now he's gonna catch fire. So burning players in here burns down their health bars while they're downed. And your health bar deciphers when you're permadead or not. So you can get picked up as many times as you have health bars, but if your health bars get burned off, you're dead. Although I think now there's a way to revive you, which I think is kind of cheesy. I'm using this new gun. Can't remember what it's called, a Mako or something. It's a new gun that came out with this expansion. It's a big, heavy, loud-sounding, nice long-range rifle. I got a kill there, and I killed the other guy there as well. My teammates are both down. It's funny because I only played this for a week a year ago when the rain weather came out. And prior to that, I played a year prior to that for about 2 weeks when the third map had came out. So yeah, that's about how much I'm playing now, though. I could see myself playing this a whole lot more again. It feels so much smoother now. The UI is a lot nicer than it was before, so it feels like a genuine sequel in my opinion. Obviously, I have nothing else to play for now. I've wrapped the game. I got the Prestige 100, which is as far as you can go. So I just play for fun at this point, which is a lot. It's so stress-free, you know. The only thing you're stressed out about is going broke, which luckily, my money's staying right around 15,000, 16,000. And that's buying full loadout, so I'm enjoying myself here. Right here is this is my very first match, you guys, of this expansion. It's my first match in over a year, and I just do not know the angles yet. I do not know where I should be looking, and I paid for it right there with a headshot. By Bertram Gerber, the Devil Stole, aka another Prestige 100, by the looks of his badge. So now I think only one teammate's up, this guy here. And these guys I think are pretty new. Or maybe they're just not up to the level I am in this game. There is a matchmaking system in this game, and you're going to see that, or we're going to talk about that here coming up, because they're based on stars, and it's up to 6. That's a bounty boss that no one's taking right now. Everyone's fighting, by the way. I'm a 5-star right now. I think I have like a 2.5 KDA. This is what it goes off of. And it tries to match you up with other 5 and 4 stars, basically. An odd 6-star in there once in a while, but that's where I got killed from, so I'll know next time. Watch that angle. So, yeah, it averages out. My teammate, you'll see in our last game we play, is a 6-star. And those games are the sweaty of the sweaties. Because he's got a 2.8 KDA, and it bumps him up to a 6-star rating. So we get the elite of the elite. Basically the full-time streamers, full-time everybody, so this is our next game. I think this was from the weekend. I'm using Billy the Kid, with dual-wielding pistols, as you'll see. And in this game again, I am playing with randoms, which, like I said, I'm really enjoying. I don't know if it's because the MMRs, or the matchmaking, is reduced to 5 and 4 stars, with a few 6 stars, as opposed to playing with my friend Louis, where everybody in the lobby is 6 stars. Or it's just that, the fights are better, it's less ambushy in trios. In duos, especially at the high 6-star levels, you have people sitting in bushes and they will wait the whole match to wait for someone to stumble upon them. Or they'll find the boss right away and they'll sit and wait for players to come and kill them as they enter the boss lair. It's a matchmaking where there is really no ranked mode, I guess you could say, but I know that players in here, especially the ones that are full-time and that are really hardcore into it, their kill-death ratio is like their badge of honor. They don't care about prestiges. It's all kill-death ratio. That's how they have bragging rights with their friends, I guess. So yeah, they don't care about getting money, getting bounties. They want their kills and they want to die as little as possible. So some of them, in fact, a lot of them, I'm finding from my games this past week, a lot of them are like that. They'll sit the whole match as long to get their 1 or 2 kills, and they're happy, and then move on to the next match. And it's really kind of, for me, I'm like, it's kind of boring to play like that. And, I would rather go and look for the clues, and if I bump into a team, have a fight. But anywho, yeah, we're on to another game now. When I stopped playing this in I think it was summer 2020, I stopped playing, and I was playing from February 2018 till summer of 2020. I would say in terms of a part-time streamer, which I am because I work a full-time job, I was pretty decent, if not one of the better part-time streamers in terms of my skill. I had pulled decent numbers on Twitch. I had a really loyal following, and I always tell my fellow Hunt Showdown streamers, the ones that still stream it, that pull decent numbers, that you gotta be careful, because a lot of people that watch Hunt Showdown on Twitch are Hunt Showdown players, if not the majority. So when you don't play it, they don't watch. My viewership dropped off tenfold as soon as I stopped playing this and started playing other more competitive shooters. But at the time, I was really, really good. I'm talking about this now because one of the biggest streamers in the game now, or the biggest streamer for this game, I would say, from seeing the last 2 weeks, is a guy from Europe called Ratchets or Rashes or something like that. I can never pronounce his name, but I remember we had a solos tournament that Crytec put on, and the very first tournament they did trios, we came in second, which I was super proud of, out of 30 teams. And this solos, there was 80 players for the solos. It was all streamers, and they came in 8th. I'd never played the solo quick hunt before, and I wasn't exactly sure how to get the most money. And extract right off the bat. I didn't know how to play that mode basically. For the first half of the tournament, which was basically 8 hours, I think, or 6 hours, it was so you could make the most money with a fresh hunter. So, yeah, I always kick myself in the ass that if I knew how to play that game a lot sooner, I might have maybe at least got a top 3. But in that tournament, that Ratchus guy was in that tournament. And he was a brand new to Twitch, I remember. He had the bounty, and I had Hellfires in my inventory, which are basically Molotov cocktails that explode. And I threw them at him. He was hiding behind a hay bale, and it killed him. And I got the bounty, and that was for the lobby. Like, me and him were the last ones left in that room. So I extracted, and I recognized this name from the poster that they made. I checked all our names, and I seen who was in there. A lot of my friends were in there. And I went to a stream to say, GG's, which is what I usually do with most of the streamers, especially the ones I know I'm friends with. I never met this guy, so I went into a stream to say GG's. And just as I went in there, he had a delay of about 20 seconds on, so I had just killed him when I went into a stream. And he was calling me a fucking faggot and using Hellfires because I'm a faggot and I fucking suck at the game and this and that. And I remember just laughing. He didn't have a camera at the time. Like, he's got a big setup now. And his PC he must have been a goddamn laptop. It looked like Nintendo 64 graphics to this day. I've never seen a game this beautifully made with this high of graphics. I've never seen it dumbed down to that, whatever he had it running at. And I just remember laughing, going in there and saying I was going to say GG's, but now I'm saying get a better PC, you fucking bum. And that was it. I left laughing like I couldn't believe it. Now he's the face of Crytec on Twitch. Like, he's a big Crytec partner and everything. It's so funny. I can't bring myself to watch him after that. Like, such a sore loser. But anyway, yeah, he makes all the big tutorials on YouTube and everything now. It's so funny. It's back in the day. Back then, there was like Psycho Ghost and Nino and all these other big streamers. They were like the main ones. So I'm noticing now these Twitch, because these are Twitch uploads, I'm just recording for you guys. Man, this is 1080, but this game, like, during the daytime, it's so pixelated. This looks like 360. I noticed that when I'm watching it. It looks good on a phone, I guess, but full screen, it looks fucking terrible. So here's a team we found. I'm trying to shoot him with my dual shooters here, dual pistols. I finally get him. It took literally both barrels, basically. I'm using dum-dum ammo. I don't know if you guys can see that with the pixelation. It's got a little red X at the tip of it. It causes bleeding damage, so he was bleeding after the first shot. One of my teammates just went down. Yeah, I don't know what it is with the playback. It looks like this just on this game. I think it's because how bright everything is. I got a night match for you guys last, and it looks just fine, the night match, but these daytime ones can get quite pixelated when you're moving really fast. So as you noticed, hilariously, I blew my own teammate up. I was throwing a dynamite bundle down where we heard the other guy rushing us, and it killed him and our teammate. So I'm gonna pick him up because the last guy, I'm pretty sure he's alone and he's hiding right now. So as I said, you can burn hunters in Hunt Showdown, and it's a really good strategy to get a player to have to show himself. Because if he doesn't put the fire out, either with a choke bomb, which is like a smoke bomb, or tap him, the player is permadead. So if you're playing with your friend, you're going to try to save him. If you can't burn him, I always say throw a Constantina bomb on top like I just did. Because one of the spells, I guess you could call it, it's an ability. You can get a hunter, is one where you can pick them up from a distance. It's called Necromancer. So he could be watching from a distance and he could revive him. And when you guys aren't looking, that hunter suddenly sits up and he's behind you. All of a sudden he kills you. Well, now if he revives him, he's gonna sit up in the barbed wire and instantly die again. So I'm showing them where I killed the guy with the pistols to loot him. You can loot hunters in here. You get money and items, and in this case get event points. because there's an event going on, a battle pass event. Sorry about that, the video cut out. But yeah, I was just saying there's a battle pass event that's going on right now on the left side of my cam. You can see there's a red icon with numbers. That's a battle. Like, you get points for it. And yeah, you just advance in this battle pass. It's only 50 levels, and I think I'm at level 38 right now. So like I said, I've been playing the shit out of this game over the last 2 weeks. I've been enjoying it so much. Oh, my teammate went down again. As you can see, he's got 2 bars. I can tell him because he's got 2 little white tabs showing. So he can be down 2 more times, that means, before he's permadead. Scrapbeak's just getting banished, which is the other bounty. The bounty we're trying to hunt. My one teammate just told me some Oda Spark sniper shot at us from here, so that's what I'm trying to look for right now. I'm trying to get close enough to maybe get a kill. He said he killed him in that cavern, and I can hear him getting picked up in the cavern, so I'm trying to ping it for them to let them know he's in here, or they're in here. Throw a dynamite stick, you never know sometimes. And I'm just looking to hit one of them with these dumb ammo rounds. If it's a guy that's been down and he's not fully healed, he'll get hit and bleed out, and he probably will die. So this guy killed the third one finally that was hiding on us the whole time. And yeah, that was the guy. That was the third member of that first team we fought. So I'm gonna loot him too. Get $50, and I got a chaos bomb. You guys are gonna hear it because the music's off or the sound's off, but it makes a bunch of gunshots, makes it sound like there's a fight. What I just grabbed is like a little pledge thing. It happens during battle passes. You get to pick 3 packs, and they all come with like little different abilities. The one I picked is if you lost the bar while you're looting a hunter, you get a bar back. It's actually quite nice. Another one is if you make a kill, you get full bars, all your full bars back, which is nice as well. The throwing spears new as well, which is a great item. Oh, they're pinging that there's a team up here. That guy drops a medkit, the doctor zombie. And there he is, there's a player. Hit him once, killed him. I seen a teammate behind that rock. I'm trying to ping it so my teammates know. I seen him moving again. He moved to the right again. He's behind that rock. So I'm just letting them know, so they don't get flanked or anything. Kind of the struggle, I guess, playing with like randoms is you're not in a Discord call with them, so you can only speak to them when you're right next to them, and when you speak in proximity chat, the enemy team can hear it as well. So it kind of makes it a little bit interesting. Whereas when I'm playing my friend Louie, obviously we're in a Discord call. Yeah, I'll give you guys a night game, and you'll see there's no pixelation issues with that. It's so bright, and yeah, even at 1080 upload, it looks heavily pixelated, unfortunately. I accidentally switched guns here with her. I'm just trying to loot her. That's a female, by the way. Marshall Brewer, I think her name is. She's an old hunter, legendary hunter. I should say you can recruit free hunters in here. They look really cheap, and they're always wearing bright clothes, so... Or you can buy legendary hunters, which is what pretty much everybody does. Like this guy here is a legendary hunter in the ground. He's actually one of the new hunters that came out with this pass. And they usually have somewhat dark clothing, so... They got rid of, because there's 3 different tiers of free hunters you can get. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Tier 3 are like they're free legendary ones you can rent. They had one guy that basically had a ghillie suit on. They had to get rid of him because everyone would hoard him and use him as a sniper. Right now my teammate's just telling me we don't know where his third teammate is. Like, look how nicely this looks now that it's dark. You can clearly see my cam and everything. It's just the brightness. That's all. It's not on your end, you guys. I noticed that the last time I uploaded Hunt Showdown for everybody last summer. We had the same issue then too, but yeah, he's just telling me that his teammate, the third guy, must have ran away. So this is something that's new. I don't know if this is going to go past the event, but you can use these event points. See, I got 4 out of 4, and you can open things like that, which is a special cash register. It gives you minimum $250 $100. I got 2 500, so I made $1,000 $100, which is crazy. That's more than you'll get for a bounty. You can also use tokens to buy your health bars back, and you can use another one to find where the boss actually is. We should have checked the room back there. The room might have had a 3rd cash register, which is crazy luck. And yeah, you can make quite a bit of money, so. This gun I'm using, if you're wondering, is a gun from there's a Canadian Mountie in the game. He came out last year. We actually considered, myself and Louie, considered playing it again just to use that DLC. Because there's an actual mounted, like RCMP hunter in here. Which is really nice, I guess, for... these are hunt points you can get. 4 trade points, but these guys didn't care for it, so... yeah, get some representation for Canada, but I was more excited when the last map came out for the Native Americans. They finally added to the game, as being a Native American myself, so it's a little hard as a Native American to get excited for RCMP officer around this time, obviously with the residential schooling and how they were used to kidnap the children, so it's really hard for me to get excited for it, but it is kind of cool to see an RCMP guy in here, I guess. So as you can see on the map, we can see where the bounty is getting banished, that black cloud with the lightning. I should say once you pick up the bounty, you'll be seen all over the map. It'll be lightning. Lightning will be, like, crashing down on your location when people use Darksight and on the map. So that's another feature, as you can see. We have one of the bounties. We got lightning over my own teammate. So everyone in the map can see my teammate. And that's one of the intense things about this. Once you pick up a bounty, the whole lobby can see you. And they'll try to stop you from extracting with it. So right now, we're trying to extract, because my one teammate's been down twice. And he sees in Darksight that we're getting followed by another team. And I believe it's actually the other bounty team. Yeah, it's the other bounty team. So they picked up the bounty and they're trying to cut us off and steal our bounty as well. So they get the whole lobby, like all the bounties, which is always good. Obviously, you're guaranteed to put $1,000 then, which I can't complain about. So I'm checking out all my items I have here because I know that this team is coming. And they're coming from the left side, the east side here, so. That kind of looks like Yosemite, doesn't it? All 4 of these Hunt Showdown maps, there's 4 maps now, by the way. This is the newest one that came out with the expansion. They're all set in like different areas. The first 2 are set in like Louisiana. And, oh, there he is shooting from the window. The last one was like set, I think, in Mexico or New Mexico or California, I'm not sure. And this one is set in the Colorado Rockies. So they all have their own like unique settings. It's really nice. Like I said, the level design, the gun design, everything here is just, in this game, is top notch. Like Crytec is second to none. Like it's such a great looking gothic horror game, it's crazy. I always said this game needed 4 maps and 5 bosses to feel complete. They also normally have different times of day and different weather. There's the guy pushing me. But for this event, to showcase this map, they only have daytime and nighttime, clear time of day. Just so everyone gets used to the new map. It's kind of excessive because it's out for the entire month. I'd like to play the other maps, but because they have, dusk and morning and evening and pure night and cloudy night and clear night, and they have a whole bunch of different variants, including sometimes they have events which I think they should just leave, like a rain event or a scorch earth event where the forest is on fire. But the rain, for sure they should leave because it takes out the audio element. So I kept him busy so my teammate could flank, and yeah, he's dead, and I know, okay, I'm like, yeah, that's one of the bounties, I'm gonna pick it up. Use the dark sight, see the guy right there. And yeah, there we go. The whole lobby's wiped. That's 3 of them dead. You see I got a 4, an orange 4, that's dark sight. I'm looking around with it right there, and now I have 3. What happens is you get 5 seconds of dark sight vision, it's called. And hunters within 100 meters, I think, will show up as orange dots or orange blobs. It's a feature they used for anti-camping way back in 2019. It was a welcome addition because back then you didn't know when you would get a bounty if there's someone camping right outside or if you're getting chased and you're leaving. It was something that back in the day they were teasing a nightmare mode, where nightmare mode was basically going to be the original hunt. Which was, nighttime was pitch black. They brightened it. You wouldn't have dark sight anymore. Everything that used to be hardcore crazy about it, they were going to bring back just for that mode, and everyone, including me, was so excited about it. But it never came to fruition. But yeah, that's going to be it for this match. I'll give you guys one more night mission. Show you how beautiful this game looks at nighttime. And that one's going to be with my friend Louis 5-Star G, who I've been playing Hunt Showdown with now since 2018. I've literally met him, and I've known him from online gaming for that long, and I met him in Montreal last summer. And he's my main hunt partner. And he has been since all those years, so... And he's got the Mountie. And I always bug him that he's on his way to kidnap some Native American kids, and he gets upset when I say that. Another funny thing is, I have his full name on my nickname on Steam, so in-game it's his full name, not his gamer tag. So it looks so funny I see his full name on there. It's so funny to troll him when he watches my stream and he sees himself on my stream, his full name. But yeah, I always bug him about his RCMP hunter, which I own as well, because I guess it's kind of cool. And like all these guys, all these legendary hunters, they all have like Wicca stuff put on them, like voodoo stuff, because they're all like Van Helsings, right? They're all like demonologists, basically. And the RCMP outfit is so nicely done. It's got a bear hide and a right. It's got all those markings all over the red coat, and it looks really nice. I'm using a Native American legendary hunter that came up with the last map. He was available for purchase around that time, and I bought him. It looks so good. And I'm running a shotgun here with fletching ammo, which is basically dum-dum ammo and causes bleeding. And I think I use an uppercut as well, which is basically like it's Caldwell uppercut, a real uppercut. There are different ammo types in Hunt Showdown. There's long ammo, which does the most damage, and it obviously travels further and faster. There's light ammo, which is small ammo rounds. Usually you get a lot more ammunition with it, but it does light damage. And then there's medium rounds, which is in between both of them, as you guys probably guessed. There's also special ammo, which usually is a little higher than large ammo in terms of damage, but it usually doesn't have the range, or you don't get nearly as much. But this is going to be the start of this match. And you see me taking a stamina shot because I'm running a spear here. And alright, sorry about that. My wife and my dog just came into the room. She just got home. But as I said, I popped the stamina shot because I'm going to run the spear this game, and it uses a lot of stamina. And a big stamina shot gives you 10 minutes of unlimited stamina, so I don't run out. Basically, 10 minutes is going to be enough time for you to find the boss and help you kill a bunch of AI, which this spear is really good at doing because it does so much damage. So right now I'm using one of those abilities you can get with your hunter. One of their spells, if you will. It's called Serpent, and you can grab clues from a distance, which is huge, 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 huge. It's almost a must, because a lot of the clues are covered with AI and sound traps, such as birds birds or cows or something that's going to make you trigger noise and potentially put you in danger. Duos is a lot more campier than trios by a lot. If you're wondering how many hunters are on a map, there's always 12. So if you're in solos, there's 11 enemies. If you're in duos, there's 6 teams, including yours. And in trios, there's up to 4 teams. And mind you, in duos and trios, a lot of times, if they can't find full teams, there's people that queue up solo, and they'll get thrown in there. And let me tell you, those are the campers. Those are the ones that just sit in bushes with sniper rifles and just cause havoc. They'll blast somebody and then they'll get a kill and they'll move on. Look for another team or another group of people and get a kill and move on. And yeah, they're the biggest pain in the asses, especially at this elo. So as you can see, you can kind of see things a little more clearer now that it's night. It's not as pixelated, especially my camera. I got that really nice webcam effect, which looks like dark sight. Looks like that. I accidentally had it. It's actually purple, and I just changed the color correction to black, and it looks so good. So again, I'm trying to grab this clue with serpent. I know there's a hive on it. I can hear a hive. I should probably go over some of these AI while we got time, if you guys are curious. There's really not a whole lot. There's this hive, which is basically a woman with a beehive inside of it, but the beehive is like toxic bees. I don't know. This whole world in Hunt Showdown is like plagued by like some kind of like an evil plague. That's the hive. Like an evil plague that's making people undead, basically. And there's zombies like these guys. So everyone's kind of affected. There's lore and everything. I really don't read too much into it. You can look it up right now if you want, but that's basically the gist of it. Oh, I almost scared those birds. Oh my goodness. So there's birds, there's dogs in compounds, there's chickens dogs in coops, chickens in coops. There's cows and there's horses. And they're all the audio traps. The birds are particularly worse because you can physically see them in the direction they're going. That's where they were scared from, so you can figure it out as a hunter that's looking for other hunters. So there's zombies, and all the zombies, some of them hold torches, some of them are doctors, they have medkits, some of them have lamps, mining lamps with candles, and if you whack them, they explode into fire. There's immolators, which are basically firemen, men that are on fire. You have to use blunt items to kill them. If you shoot them or you pierce their skin at any point, they explode into flames. There's armors, which I think you guys have seen already enough here. Basically, a zombie that's covered in like moss or whatever. It's like an armor to him. He looks like he's got armor on. There's mini bosses, which you guys have seen a couple times, called meatheads. There's a boss called the Butcher. They're basically the butcher without the head. There's an armor right here that has barbed wire wrapped around him. So if you don't have a ranged melee, every time you strike him, you bleed out. This is one of 5 bosses. This is called Scrapbeak. All the bosses cause different types of damage. They all have a rage. Louis actually threw a sticky bomb on him, so it's going to take 3/4 of his health. He brings a sticky bomb in just for this. And now he's chasing me. Scrapbeak's thing is he has a bunch of junk on him, like traps and barbed wire and things along that nature. And his thing is he likes to throw barbed wire around, and you end up getting caught and you bleed out. The Butcher has a torch, and he causes burning damage. There's a spider, a big fucking spider. He causes poison damage. And there is there was like a monster created from bugs called the Assassin. He causes bleeding damage. So we're hearing people outside that wall, and I told Louis that the boss just turned red in my dark sight right before we killed it, so we know there's a team here. So as I said, when you're in a boss area and you can see, you use your dark sight, the boss will either blink white or red, the icon, and if it's red, there's a team there. But they made the mistake of opening that door. Now we know they're right there. He opened the door and it triggered my barbed wire trap as you see me laying it. So now we know exactly where they are. And I can hear them on the roof outside. I don't know these layouts again, you guys. Like I said, I've only played this map for a couple weeks. But I know there's a roof on the other side. I'm guessing he's gonna crawl across here. I'm using the uppercut, which is basically the big Western pistol with long ammo, so it does a lot of damage. There he goes. He walked past. I gave him a shot. And his partner tries to push in where I barbed wired. He gets caught, and him and Louis trade. You guys would have heard Louis screaming, "What?" Just then, if I had the volume on, he was so devastated he got traded out. So I'm picking up Louis, and there's the guy stuck in my barbed wire. And this other guy, I know he's going to try to push. He threw a grenade on the other side, but he's at this other door with the barbed wire. But he's got to break the barbed wire to get through, so... And there I took a shot at him and I hit him. And again, this ammo causes bleeding. And there's the other guy. I make a mistake of using the door to open it. It actually pushes him closer to him. I hit his teammate again, and again he's bleeding. I shoot a lamp to drop some fire across that door, and so he can't push through that door until that fire's out. Try to buy us some time because I'm trying to look for a lamp to light his teammate on fire, and we find one. So there we go. Now he has to push or his teammate's going to die. And in duos, this is even more effective because you're only queued up with one person. It's not like your trios and you can afford to lose one guy. Now this guy, basically, if he goes here, you have to extract. So the only two way to put out a fire in Hunt Showdown, a big dynamite bundle, which will blow the smoke out, or the fire out, which this guy did, and it leaves a smoke cloud. Or a choke bomb, which is basically a smoke bomb. But it's not smoke like this, it's see-through smoke. So, yeah, he put him out. So now his health bars aren't burning off anymore. We don't know exactly what he has for a weapon so far, so I can hear him right where I threw that dynamite stick. And I'm telling Louis, just hold tight, I'm going to look for another lamp. Try to burn him again for us here so we can potentially get him to move on. He threw another dynamite bundle. So right there, I figured out I hit him again, so he's stopping his bleeding again, but he hit me with he's got a crossbow with a shotgun bolt. So I'm telling Louis, be careful. That's basically, it's a shotgun shell on a crossbow, so it's going to one-shot you. Now that spell I told you about called Serpent, you can actually use it to pick up bounties, so I always make sure to pick up my bounties. And he downed Louis in the meantime. So I hit him again, and he's bleeding out again. Instead of chasing him, I'm going to go pick Louis up again, because it's a 2v1's better than a 1v1, and Louis is down to his last bar. So if Louis dies here again, it's permadeath for him. I hear this guy pushing again, so I'm going to use this to keep him back for just a bit longer. His teammate was running a shotgun, so that could have been bad if he got into the building. There we go, I could see him. And right here I see that he actually picked his teammate up. So I'm telling Louis, he picked him up. I hit him again, downed him, and Louis hit the other guy. And he bled out because Louis using the one-hit shotgun, basically. Unless you hit a limb. And then it brings you down to like a sliver health. But if you have bleeding ammo on, which he does, you're as good as dead. There's nothing you can do, and that's what happened. So it's kind of like the cheesiest gun in the game for sure. I always bug Louis. He's got a higher KDA than I do, but in our heyday of Hunt, that's the only gun he would use. I never use it. For one, I can't land a shot with it. It's such bad, like hard iron sights to land a shot, so I just don't bother with it. There's two cheese guns in here. There's that gun, and then there's a gun that's literally a machine gun. It's a Mosin rifle with it's been like modded to be a fully automatic, like machine gun basically. It's called Noftomat. So now we got the bounty. The other bounty's getting banished, and we're in money-making mode right now, myself and Louis. So as a Prestige 100, I don't ever Prestige again and start fresh, so I want to make sure I have money. So we see the other bounty north getting picked up. I should say, I didn't ever mention before, there are, especially when events are going on, they do have roaming bosses once in a while. And there is a roaming boss in this event, and it's basically just a big emulator. He can show up anywhere. If you kill him and banish him, and you instantly grab his token and you can leave the map. It's not worth a lot of money, but it adds to the randomness of it, which, like I said, I love. This game needed, like I said, 4 maps and 5 bosses. If it hurried up and got that back in 2020, I never would have stopped playing this at the time. So, yeah. Great game. This was a great match. It was a good little gunfight. Like I said, I kind of skimmed through a week's worth of gameplay, and I was looking for the best, like most exciting, because this game can be really fucking boring watching it. That's an armor right there. Especially if you don't run into anybody, or most of the fights are done before you get a bounty and you just get out. So it's really boring sometimes, but like I said, when it's action-packed and when, the fights happen, there's not a lot of games. Not one I can actually think of that's more exciting than this. So yeah, if you're into, westerns and gothic horror games and first-person shooter games, this is right up your alley. Should be right up your alley. Here I am embarrassing myself trying to shoot that lamp. But yeah, really, 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 really fun game. But with that, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're Hunt players and you're playing this new expansion, basically, let me know what your thoughts are down below. I love it. And if you're new to the game and you have any questions, go ahead and ask, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But with that being said, guys, have yourself a great day, great night, whatever it may be, and peace out. Peace out, 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 peace out. Peace out, guys. Have a great one.